nowadays is different because most of the people in Rioja has changed their wines, has gone for more modern style with thicker color. Not everybody, because still they are classical. Riojas and classic is something, is everything that has gone through time. And we, because are faithful to our style and our history, our wine is different purely on that basis. It's a very natural wine, it's very artisan because we try to preserve the maximum from the grapes. It's very open in color. If you notice, the wine has not a thick color. This was a fashion that was born in the 80s. When you have more technology, you can stabilize the wines better, but historically Rioja used to blend a big percentage of white grapes into the reds in order to give them freshness, acidity, in order to lower the alcohol content, and in order to make them long-lasting, because the addition of a small percentage of white grapes gives color stability long-term. And you can see that they are not cloudy, extremely bright. At this age, this is a 2001, and we describe it as ruby color, velvety, and the nose is very rich, has a lot of nuances because it starts to have, reminds the fruit. Normally the Tempranillo is the biggest percentage. The Tempranillo, when it's very young, smells licorice. Here it had lost the licorice flavor and the nuances are more cacao, smoked, more difficult to describe. And we learn generation by generation. I learned everything from my grandfather and from my dad. My dad used to get very annoyed when people call him a winemaker. I'm not a winemaker. He never studied winemaking. I'm a winemaker. And he used to take us to the vineyards every Sunday and teach us about the garnacho, the leaves, how the grapes are grown, everything. It's like we learn generation by generation. My sister already is teaching her two little daughters, and already they've done several tastings of grapes. You learn first by tasting the grapes. Each grape has a different composition of sugar, acidity, and you learn at home. My great-grandfather, if you look at the architecture of the winery, he was very modern. And at his time in 1800s, he loved modernism, Art Nouveau, and it was the fashion. It was the time of the Belle Epoque. During the whole history of our family, because of the wars and because of other circumstances, we had here in a store all pieces of furniture, like this shop, and I've restored many other ones that were in the house of my great-grandfather in Madrid. And this shop was taken in 1910 by my great-grandfather to the Universal Exhibition in Brussels. And it was a shop. They could sell the wine and they could promote their wines, and I restored it, and it was very big. My father got very annoyed because we didn't have a space where to display, where to store it safely, and that's why I contacted Zaha Hadid, because I love the architecture of previous centuries, and we keep on maintaining and being faithful to the project of our great-grandfather, but I like the architecture of 21st century, and I wanted to add something valuable and important to our family, our company, and that could be enjoyed by everybody, by the society, by the visitors, and that's why I contacted a very modern architect.